Welcome to day 7 of my seasonal 7 series, where I post 7 videos in 7 days leading up to and being around spring equinox. Now, just had to do that part. As you can see, we're doing things differently. I'm not even using a camera. I'm just using my laptop in my bedroom, backed up to a wall where my purses hang, and it's 10 minutes to midnight on Friday. And this video goes up tomorrow, which is a theme. So today is story time. And for story time, I'm going to tell you a story about this week. And then I'm going to ask you guys for help. It's not like money though, so don't worry. I'm not like, pay my rent. I'm just like, yo, you'll see. We'll get there. Hold on. And then I'm going to reveal a surprise. And then I'm going to, answer Q&A. Let's start story time, shall we? Story time. Now, I went into this week with a plan, a great plan. Okay. I was going to film and edit about 4 of the 7 videos before the week started, and then do the other 3 throughout the week while vlogging the behind the scenes. And also there was a couple of talking points that I wanted to go over. I wanted my vlog to be a behind the scenes of my life in the spring equinox transition and what I do. I wanted it to also be a behind the scenes, and I wanted to have a couple of talking points. Now, I started strong with vlogging my week. Stash, you're gonna go home today? Are you going home? It's about 8 a.m. Saturday the 13th. It's a new moon. It's a week before the equinox. I've made some coffee. I've drank some coffee. The plan for the day is, because it's a new moon, because it's a week before the equinox, it is time to do some new moon, new me shit. New year, new me shit. New season, new me shit. I have a hair appointment at 10. My first ever pedicure is at 11:30, which I'm very excited about. And then I have a lot of work to do in seasonal 7 because it starts tomorrow and I am not prepared. I've not gotten ahead like I wanted to. I haven't even finished the first video. So, see, but then I was feeling good on day 1, right? Because I got my hair cut and I got a fucking pedicure. But it very quickly deteriorated because you may not know how much work is required into filming and editing videos, and then also making whatever graphics and stuff for social media. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, I do have this ability and skill set to push out 7 videos in 7 days, but I'm not really equipped for it, and it got rough fast. I am not done with this video. I got like almost 4 minutes edited. Listen, it's a really good 4 minutes, but 4 minutes is what I've got edited. It's 12:30 in the morning. It's currently 3:16 a.m. because it's daylight savings time, and I did not consider that. So now I guess it took me until 3. Hey YouTube friends. So it is Tuesday. No. Fuck. No. It's Monday. It's Monday, and it is a little after 9. I'm drinking nighttime coffee today. Now it's Tuesday, and tomorrow's video, which is about seasonal alignment and stuff, it's not even filmed. It's not like it's not edited. It's not filmed. It is 9-something p.m. I might have to make some 4 a.m. coffee. I'm definitely about to eat some cereal. I'm very hungry. And then there's a real good chance there's going to be some 4 or 5 a.m. coffee. I'm definitely not sleeping tonight. Oh, look. Fucking rough. All right, it is 1:37 and my video is totally done. And I'm going to take a shower because God, I need it. And then I'm going to get my life together, and then I'm going to crush the rest of my day. Somewhere around day 3, it became very clear to me that there was no vlogging behind the scenes, because all I ended up with was a whole lot of clips of me being real tired. I tried really hard. I made a plan to get caught up and free up a couple of days at the end of the week so that I could do what I had planned. I had a whole vision. Because what I really want to do is also cut together Friday's video and have them both done, because I really want to free up Thursday and Friday. And so far my plans haven't gone accordingly, so we'll see what happens. I trust that, I don't know, I just trust that I'm doing this, like what I'm supposed to. I wasn't even a sentence, but I'm just trusting this, I guess. That plan did not work out. As you can see, it's almost midnight on Friday, and I'm just now filming the last video. So I've really been doing this consistently the whole week of last second in the dead of night filming and editing the next video, and then waking up early and finishing the editing and getting it uploaded. It's been that's all I've done all week, and it's been crazy. I have to cut out a lot of yawning. So, but the key there is that I was trusting. I've learned this, and I know it to be true. When things just are not working, when there's resistance, when you're experiencing a lot of resistance, don't push. That's what I've learned. I've learned the art of surrender, and that's kind of what that very delirious, tired comment of me was like. I'm just trusting was my, even in that state, knowing that like this isn't working. I don't know why it's not working, but I'm assuming this is going to work out because I didn't come this far to come this far. So that's exactly what happened. I had a vision for this video, for today's video, for the vlog. I had a topic I wanted to talk about. I had a bunch of shots I wanted to get. I had a whole plan for the week, and it just didn't work out. And at some point I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to film. But as per usual, when I just was like, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens, the divine guidance gave me the clues and the pieces that I needed to be like, oh, that's why. Jesus. So I find that oftentimes when these things happen, I'm missing some information. Like, I was very inspired to make the content for this video today, but now I have it's gonna be further now, because weirdly, my not being able to do it is gonna make it an even bigger deal. Because, all right, let me get to the point. What I wanted to talk about today was, in my personal journey, I've spent a lot of time working on my mental, emotional, and spiritual health, right? Working through my shadows and trying to be the observer and not reactionary. I've been really, all the things you do when you're healing, learning and discerning and these kinds of things. But the one thing I have really failed at is taking care of my body. And my body is very fat. And the fact of the matter is, obesity is a pre-existing condition. It creates all kinds of complications. And my desire to be fit is admittedly in part just for vanity's sake. I'm not going to say it's not, but largely it's because I hate the fact that if I walk upstairs, I'm winded. I hate that. I love backpacking. I literally am subscribed to Backpacker magazine. I pay money to look at really amazing hiking trails that I know I'm not physically capable of handling, because I love hiking and I want to go hike and I want to do a lot of things and I want to be more active. But like, listen, my knees get sore very quickly. Like, it's not okay. And I'm a stubborn person and I'll push through, but it's not good and I'm not in good health and I want to be in good health. So I was going to make a whole video this week about showing you, talking about my journey with veganism, which took a whole shit show in 2020 up until now, where I've basically slid into a vegetarianism where I'm eating cheese all the fucking time, and dairy products, which I need to stop because it hurt my body. It's definitely causing part of the problem. Last year, I did lose a bunch of weight. I'll show you a picture of how I looked in my peak of my weight loss last year. But then I spent all winter being a sad sack of shit, eating cheese and dairy, and now I'm this again. So I put on all the weight I lost last year and then some. What I realized was when I lost all that weight, the reason I lost all that weight was because, honestly, there was a hot guy and I really wanted to bang him. And I was very motivated and I was spending a lot of time with him, and he was there observing my eating habits and my daily habits. And so I was being held accountable. I spend a lot of time alone. There's no one to be like, did you just eat an entire bag of chips and a whole container of guacamole? No one's questioning me, which is really a problem because, listen, I'm a Taurus sun, a Taurus moon, a Taurus Mercury. I will just roll up on the couch solo, watch TV, eat junk food, and be so happy. And that's a problem. So I need accountability. I need it bad. And I need to be held accountable. So I want you guys to hold me accountable. And I was thinking about how I could do that. I want to do a monthly vlog update. I'll just vlog throughout the month my weight loss journey, and I'll have to do a check-in. That, I think, because I'm publicizing it on the internet, might be enough pressure to get me to get my shit together. Here's where the divine guidance came in. So throughout this last week, through the seasonal 7 posts, listen, you guys, I love the shit out of you guys. Because what you don't understand is that throughout the last couple of years, for no real reason other than I think the natural process of dysresonance, I've lost almost everyone in my life. And it's not bad blood, and it just has happened. And I can count the number of friends I have on one hand, and I can count the number of times I've seen any of them in person on one hand. I could go through my phone right now and probably show you that I've gotten a text message on average from not my daughter, probably once every few days. Somebody might text me. A friend of mine texted me, "Happy Friday today." And then that was it. I was like, "Happy Friday." And then that was the end of our conversation. Like, that's it. Like, I have no real social interaction, or I have no support. And I've recently lost a few people who I thought I would never, ever lose. And it's just been really like, I know it's 2020 and quarantine. Everyone was really isolated. I get that. But without going into the whole story, allow me to inform you. I promise you, I have been so isolated. Like, you've no idea. You have no idea. There was a whole 6 months where I had no car, no job, nothing, and no one, and was just stuck in this house without the ability to go anywhere. Just solo, just alone, didn't visit a soul. That was 6 months. And that's just part of this. I've been super isolated for about a year and a half. And in this I got out last summer, and I went and socialized and did a lot of things, and then went back into isolation. I've been in it. And through this last week on this channel, what I've found was I actually really value community. And I didn't realize how much I enjoy the support. I think I'm trying really hard not to cry right now. I've become so accustomed to just like being hyper independent and not relying on people and being like, I don't need shit from no one. I'm a bad bitch. Fuck y'all. Like, just my base operating like system is I don't need nothing from no one. I don't need it. I'm fine. I don't want your help. I'm good. Blah, 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 blah. Again, Taurus. I'll let you know real quick. I have a Taurus stellium. I also have 3 Scorpio placements in my first house. I'm a Scorpio rising with my Saturn and Pluto also in my first house, also in Scorpio. And my Sun, Moon, and Mercury are all in Taurus. It's a lot of fixed fuck you energy. My ability to roll solo and not give a shit is like top notch, right? And throughout this last week with you guys just being awesome humans who are leaving me really nice comments and being cool. And then there was I'm so sorry. Moon Dust Essence Tarot, I think was her name. Or his. I genuinely don't know. Sorry. I just guessed a gender there. My bad. Left a comment about wanting to start the YouTube channel that they set a page for and then never posted to like a year ago. And I was like, I will go subscribe to that. That's easy peasy. There, boom, support, done. And that was the like, oh, yes, community support. Yes, this is so, yes, right? And that's what I need. I need community and support for me in this journey. But everyone who's watching my videos is on some kind of spiritual journey, or you wouldn't be watching my fucking videos, right? And I knew a really long time ago when I started my channel, I was like, I'll probably start a Facebook group eventually, but like I need a lot of subscribers before I do that. Like you need thousands of subscribers on YouTube before you start a Facebook group. Otherwise, there's just gonna be like 2 people in a group. They're like, hey Bob, right? Like that kind of thing. So I just put it off, and then like it hit me really very suddenly that like that's what I need to do. I should start a group for all my little Atlanteans. Of course, Atlanteans, right? That's what I have to call the group. The group is going to be Atlanteans. And I want it to be a safe support group for all of your journeys. And mine also. And I would love... Listen, I'm under 1,000 subscribers right now. And I don't want to seem cocky, but I'm going to grow this channel. I know I'm going to grow this channel because I didn't want to start it in the first place. And the universe made me. And I know it's all divinely guided. And I mean, fuck, they got me 300 new subscribers in the last month, which is stupid crazy. So I think the group will grow, but I need OGs. I need the originals, right? I want to start the group now. And I want to get like you guys, the ones who have been watching my videos these last weeks and sending me messages on Instagram and commenting repeatedly. Like I reckon, just so you know, I don't always remember who said what. I do sometimes, but not always. But I recognize repeat names and also your profile pictures. I recognize those. So I know who is consistently commenting and watching. And I genuinely appreciate you guys. And I genuinely, you've genuinely, I'm trying to not cry again. You genuinely helped me this week. And you gave me the epiphany that I needed, which is that we need community. I didn't know. This is news to me. I thought I could just be solo forever. So, anyways. I did a interview today with Arcane Panda, who, by the way, is a fucking goddess. And I am so mad that she lives in South Dakota, because I legit want to just be her best friend and hang out all the time. But she's got a page on YouTube. I'll link it below. Go check her out. And she's doing a new series called The Witch Hunt, where she's doing this kind of like interview style Q&A thing with various witchy people on the interwebs. And she asked me if I would do it. So I did the Zoom interview today. And in that interview, she asked me, and this is how this is all going to tie together. This is why it's part of the spring series. She asked me, what seeds am I planting for this spring? And my answer was that I have put so much time, energy, and effort into this seasonal 7 series that this whole process of not sleeping and working my ass off and getting information and downloads and getting to know the people who are watching my videos has been my ritual. Like, that's been my ritual. And the seed that I'm planting is to grow this community and create this kind of whole thing I want to create. I'm enjoying this. I'm loving this. I want to create a community, a beautiful, beautiful community that like is my vibe. You know, I want a support group that's safe, but also free. And she asked me what seed I was planting, and that's the one. And as a side note, I'm doing a live stream with her, Papa Squirrel, and Tarot by the Pines on, I think, the 27th on Instagram. We're going to do a tarot version of the Never Have I Ever game. And we're all going to drink. So that should be fun. Anyways, this all ties together because for the last video, the video that I'm releasing on the equinox is the seed that I'm planting. This is the seed that I'm planting. And I'm planting it for all of us. It's a garden. I'm not trying to grow a tree. I'm trying to grow a garden for all of us. So I didn't know that when this week started. I was just going to make like a video that was like, I'm fat and I'm sad about it. Like that was going to be the plan. And then it didn't work out. And then I just listened. And then now I'm over here like, oh, I'm going to build a whole community. Okay, the whole different thing. That's not where I was starting. So cool. So yeah. Now, Q&A, which I'm going to film in the morning. So lighting's probably going to change right about now. All right. Happy equinox. It is just after 2 p.m. I just finished kind of cutting together all the things you just watched. I know this video is already long. Here's my thought process. If you're familiar with the Work Your Light deck, there's a card in there that's called Soul Family. And it says, call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. Now, I've been pulling that card real consistently for like a year. And I've been legit mad about it. Like, I'll pull it and be like, fuck you. Like, you guys isolated the shit out of me and took away everything. And then you're going to tell me to call in my tribe? Like, how do I do that? I'm literally in this house alone all the time. And I get it now. The people who have, I know this video is long, but the people who watched and are still watching me right now, you're my soul tribe. Like, you're the people who resonate with me strongly enough that you're still watching. Because if you didn't resonate with me, you would have clicked off way long time ago, right? So you're the people that I want in the Atlantean group, which, by the way, the link is below. And so with you guys, I thought it'd be a good time to do a little Q&A. Now, I will also tell you that I was very nervous about doing this because I only have like 300 something followers on Instagram. And I was like, I don't know if I have enough of a following to even do an AMA. Like, will anybody ask me questions? It's going to be really awkward if they don't. But a few of you did, so thank you. In total, I got 8 questions. However, one of them is from my 15-year-old daughter who said, do you poopy your pants? So, skipping that. And then I have another friend of mine who decided to hop on there and just say, how dare you? So, skipping that. I'm left with 6 questions. 3 of them are basically the same. So we have 4 questions in total. And I'm going to try to keep them short and concise because, God, we know I'm a fucking tangent and having and talking too much in person. So, my Palo Santo, I'm going to light some of that. I also have more coffee because how could I not just keep drinking coffee at this point? It's all I've done all week. And I'm going to answer your questions. Okay? Okay. I want you to know that I just looked at the recording time and it said 2:22. So, this is good. All right. So, the 3 that are kind of similar are, how old were you when you started your spiritual journey, and how did it start for you? And then there's 2 more that are, when did you start digging into spirituality and practices, and what drew you to these practices and rituals? They're all kind of the same question, and it's a very long story. I'm going to try to keep it very, very short. When I was about 9, 10-ish, I, by weird coincidence, right, a Wiccan love spell book fell into my lap. And I was very instantly like, what is this? I want to know more about Wiccan. And so I, library, this is before, I'm 35 for the record, so my youth was before the internet. I am, as they say, an elder millennial. I'm almost a Gen Z, but it's close. Or Gen X, not Gen Z. No. So I started learning about Wicca, and then I learned about paganism, and then I found shamanism, and then I found Druidism, and then I just found spiritual books, and it kind of went from there. And then when I was in my late teens, I had a lot of really weird paranormal experiences. And as I was practicing and as I was growing and as I was becoming more open, what was happening was I didn't know what to do, and I had no guides, and I had no help, and there was no one to talk to, and I didn't know what was happening, and I got really, really scared. And eventually I went into a meditative state and I closed my third eye intentionally. And then at that point, I pretty much just I still consumed a little information, especially as the internet came around and things like that. I started following spiritual pages, and I've always kind of held the same belief structure. And I got, very like oneness, we're all one, blah, 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 blah. But I just kind of didn't really practice anything until unless it was in crisis. Like when I was in crisis, I would come back to this, and I would kind of do my little intention settings, and I would do my little rituals, and I would pull my tarot cards. I've had the same deck of tarot cards since I was 12. It was a gift from my aunt. I still have it. It's my RWS deck. It's my ride or die. So I would pull that out every few years, and then when I was 32, after just too much trauma, just too much had happened. My life has been a straight up lifetime story. It's really, really wild, actually. And I just reached a point where I bought a bunch of spiritual books and I did a moon ritual and I broke down and I just told the universe with tears. I'm going to cry again. Hold on. Nope. With tears in my eyes, I begged the whole universe with all of my being that I would do anything it told me to do if it just helped me find peace. I wanted to know what it felt to be light of heart. And that's kind of where this last leg of my journey has started, where I picked it all back up and really dug back into it. And that's where plant medicine happened. Like a month later, I left my boyfriend. My whole life went upside down. I sent out the strongest prayer of my life, and I just said, I'll do anything. I'll follow all the signs. I will just, I surrender. Take me somewhere else. I'm done. And then I just made a lot of life changes, and it's been really crazy. And then I came back to my practices that I had learned when I was young, and I found that there was real power in this, in ritual, and in all of these practices that I have. And I was eventually really strongly pushed to share them and to be authentic and to share who I am. And so that's what I'm doing now, and that's kind of how it started and why it's important to me. I really think that when you physically put into action in the form of a ritual, a thought or intention, you are quite literally making that on physical, because you have a thought and now you're doing an action about it and you are bringing it into your reality, and at that point it will be reflected back to you in your life. So I feel that very strongly. That's how I started. That's how I got into it. I hope I did that as concisely as I could. I could really go into a lot more detail there, but I'm trying to keep it short. And then I have, let's see, next question is, which books or knowledge has impacted you the most? This is still kind of taboo, but plant medicine all the way. I wish it wasn't so taboo, but it is. And the fact of the matter is there's real, here's the thing. There's been a lot of interest in me talking about it, but I don't want to, because I don't know how to phrase this, but within the people who get into plant medicine, it tends to get very, very egoic, and there's almost like there's a weird divide between, there's people who do plant medicine and think that they're superior because they do it. There are people who don't do it and think that people who do it are faux spiritual. And there's just a lot of weird miscommunication and issues. And sometimes people will do plant medicine, they'll have grand realizations, and then they'll think that they are enlightened. And I just don't want that to be the basis of my channel. I will eventually talk about it, but not yet. Because you don't have to do those things. You can absolutely have a whole spiritual and amazing life and grow as a person in a sense and never touch them. They are tools like everything else. But that's where, honestly, for me, my biggest transformations have in large part come from that. And from, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's 99% been horribly unpleasant. I'm not going to tell you that, like, I do plant medicine and it's just this glorious connection with source. That has happened, but mostly it's the strong, unescapable confrontation of your inner shadows, fears, and the purging everything from inside of you. It's terribly uncomfortable. So it's something that I think you have to do a lot of understanding what you're getting into or whatever. But that's, for me, that's where it's been at. Somebody asked me what the total amount of decks of tarot and oracle that I have is. I should go count them, but I'm going to say not a lot. Like 35, probably. 35 to 40, I would guess. I just gave away like 5 or 6 to my daughter's friend, but I don't have a huge collection. Not compared to most people who collect decks, I don't. I really don't. I was a Rider-Waite and like hardcore ride or die enthusiast until like just a year and a half or so ago. Like, I literally wasn't interested in anything that wasn't, I thought it was all bullshit. Like, to have a deck that wasn't Rider Smith was bullshit to me, and I only recently started to get into them. And then oracle decks, because they weren't tarots, I was just kind of like, it's like a fake tarot deck, I don't want it. So I was very judgmental about them for a long time. It wasn't until just recently that I started getting other ones, and then exploring all that that is. So I don't have a huge collection, probably 35 roughly. And the last question is, where do you see your channel going in the next few years? All right, I'm going to try to keep this short because I have an answer, but it's kind of a long answer. I have to give you some background. So part of the journey that led me here is that I very serendipitously ended up in learning all of these skills. So I went to school for photography, didn't finish though. And then I weirdly got a job as a receptionist that I don't think I even applied for. And then right after I quit school, and they had these shitty brochures, and I marched up to the CEO very arrogantly, and I was like, your photos suck, your graphic design sucks, your brochure sucks, you should let me help you, I can do this. And he was like, okay. So I did some photo work, I did some graphic design work for him, and then he decided to stop outsourcing all of his video, photo, all his media production, and instead just hired me in-house to do it for a way, way less rate and to build a team. I had at that point never made a video in my life. And I told him that, and he was like, well, go fucking figure it out. And I was like, okay. So I just didn't take a day off. I think it was for like 8 months. I didn't take a day off. I literally spent all day, every day, just honing how to do video work. And eventually I got my first assistant, who is currently my best friend and also on a spiritual journey. And I just spent 7 years overseeing a production team and doing video work and doing YouTube and stuff like that. Oop, just saw 11:11. I'm catching all the time stamps on my computer, which is crazy. The reason I'm telling you that part of the backstory is for 2 reasons. One, that job ended up evolving into me being a core component of the marketing team for a conglomerate of multi-million-dollar companies, and handling, at some point we started doing social media management, and just it really expanded to every form of marketing, right? And then I was just randomly, for no good reason, with nothing but good solid performance, fired one day. They just eliminated my whole department. And it was this weird thing where the universe, it was wild. Anyways, I had like $50,000, maybe more worth of equipment that the company had purchased for my team. And then I lost that job, and I just had this shit ass old camera. I didn't even have a tripod. When I first started filming my videos, I just had my camera stacked on things. Anyways, the point I'm getting at is, because of all the things I learned, which I think was all divinely guided, I know a fair amount about what it is to do marketing on YouTube. Now, because I know that, it is impacting some of the things I'm doing. For instance, if you look at my channel, I started an alignment series. I did 2 of what I wanted to be about 4 episodes, and then I stopped because the fact of the matter is I don't have a large enough channel to be able to do whatever I want. At this point, I have to find an overlap between things I want to create and things I can actually rank for. And I have to do that until I have enough subscriber base and my channel goes big enough that I can have freedom. Right now, there's a lot of content I'm not making because I know that it will negatively impact the growth of my channel because of all the experience I've had in the past with doing these things. So one of the things about how I see the channel going in the future is it would be less niche. Right now, I'm really focusing on things that I know I can rank for and that I am passionate about. I don't want to sell out and do videos I don't want to fucking do. So I'm just trying to find the overlap. So right now, I'm doing a lot of keyword research to find videos that I want to do and that I think I have enough authority to be able to rank for to get me traction. Eventually, I want to have freedom. If my channel gets large enough, then I can make whatever I want and I will rank for it by default because I have enough authority online. Secondly, because I have this background and because as I grow this channel, I will learn more and more about what it is to market specifically in this niche and how the algorithms work specifically for this niche. Eventually, I would like to be able to convey my photography knowledge, my videography knowledge, my marketing knowledge, my social media knowledge, all these things that I have. I would like to be able to use it to assist other people to grow their own, because I really believe that there are probably a lot of people out there who have really important messages and really good stories and could really see it. I'm about to cry again. Holy fuck. Oh, God. People who could really see the lot of light. And I think the most impactful thing I could possibly do in the world is to not seed light myself, but to enable other people to seed their own light. So obviously I first need to grow my own channel just to prove that it can be done. So I'm doing that right now. I started this channel in January 1st, 2020, but then 2020 was a wild ride for me and I only made like I think 13 or 15 videos, something like that. I didn't really do anything. I didn't even really post on social media. I just started it kind of begrudgingly and then just didn't do shit. Starting with the winter solstice, I decided to go ahead and take it seriously. So starting 2021, I'm putting the work in, and I've already I started the year with 100 subscribers. It's now March, and I have I think I'll hit 700 today. So it's a lot of growth really quickly. Now that I'm actually putting the work in, it is growing, and I think it will grow. And eventually, when I have enough of the authority to be like, listen, I know how to do it, I want to be able to help other people do it. Like, I just want to help other people. I would love to flood the internet with light workers. I would love to flood the internet with people who can create their own message, but just don't know how. There's a lot of people out there, I'm confident, that have no idea how to start a YouTube channel, or don't feel confident, or don't feel like they have. Like, for me, I had to get over the idea that I could be a 35-year-old overweight single mom and start a spiritual YouTube channel, right? Like, that's a thing that I've had to get over, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. I'm sure there's plenty of people who have messages and they have their own mental limitations, or literally don't have the skill set. So one of the things I want to do on my channel eventually is just enable other people. Like, I just want to grow it, right? Have freedom for creation, obviously grow the group that I'm talking about in this video. And then at that point, I just want to help other people grow their own platforms. So that's I think one of my end goals. And also, I have books I want to write that I am currently writing, but that's long term. I want to make a memoir, because you have no idea. My life story is fucking crazy. So, and there's a lot of lessons in there that I think could help people. So I also want to write a book, but that's a different whole thing. That being said, that's how I see the channel going. That's what I want to do. And if you made it to the end of the video, let me know that in the comments, because this video is going to be like 30 minutes long, and I'm very nervous about putting it up there, because I feel like, as you can tell by how fast I'm talking, because I'm like, no one's going to watch it for this long, Stormy. If you made it, let me know in the comments section, because I want to know if anybody actually listened to the whole thing. And that's all I have for the day. Happy fucking equinox. I'm going to go clean my house. I haven't done that all week. My house is a mess. I'm going to do some spring cleaning. I'm going to plant my seed of intention. Actually, first I'm going to finish this video, upload it, and make that Facebook group, because it's not done yet. And link it all up, and then post it to you guys. And then I'm going to go do those things. Happy fucking equinox, guys. It's been a wild week, and I genuinely love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for your kindness and support, and I hope to see you in the Atlantean group.